It's been a little while since we've gotten an update to B&W's Panorama soundbar, but it looks like they've just been taking their time to really make sure this one was worth the upgrade, and thankfully, it is. Hi, I'm Carl from Abt, and in this video I'll be giving you a closer look at the Bowers & Wilkins Panorama 3 and talking about why this 3.1.2 channel Atmos soundbar is a model to absolutely consider for your home theater. If you're watching this on YouTube, these are available on abt.com, so if you want to see our current pricing, you can always check it out at the link down in the description after the video. And don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit that bell so you get updates whenever we post new content. The second generation of the Panorama was, and really still is, a great looking soundbar, given that it came out in 2013, but by today's standards, it would really be considered on the bulkier side. The 3 has a much lower profile design at only 2.5 inches high and just over 47.5 inches wide. So while it's a little bit wider than the 2, the height is half of what it was, which makes it far less likely to block your TV's picture if you're installing this on a stand. Or you do also have the option to mount this to the wall with the included bracket if you choose. The front and sides are covered with a black cloth material, and the top is perforated aluminum, so it's not necessarily as eye-catching as the 2, but it still looks great with its angular shape, and it blends in a little more, so your focus is on the sound it produces rather than how it looks. And in the middle on the top are the onboard controls, which stay hidden until you activate the proximity sensor. As you move to the back, you'll see all of the inputs. There's an optical input, a USB-C that's used for service only, an Ethernet port, Bluetooth 5.0, Wi-Fi, and a single HDMI connection with an enhanced audio return channel. A couple things you may notice here if you're familiar with the 2 are that 1, the second generation had 3 HDMI inputs, which was nice if your TV didn't have enough, and 2, it also had a subwoofer pre-out, which gave you the option to attach your own separate subwoofer for potentially a lot more bass. With all that said though, the HDMI issue is pretty easily remedied by adding an HDMI switcher if you even need the extra inputs, and as far as the subwoofer goes, the low end provided by the 2 built-in bass drivers is actually really impressive, so you're unlikely to find yourself even really needing more. And on the topic of the drivers, this one has 3 1/4 inch titanium dome tweeters, 8 2-inch woven glass fiber cone drivers, 6 for the fronts and 2 for the upward firing Atmos effects, and those 2 4-inch bass drivers I mentioned a moment ago, for a total of 13 drivers altogether, all driven by 400 watts of power from the built-in amp. So what about the sound? Well, B&W has a long history of producing speakers that provide great audio quality, and the Panorama 3 absolutely continues that tradition. Its left and right channels do a terrific job with separation, creating a nice wide soundstage, and the center channel provides crystal clear dialogue. The Atmos speakers on the top project your height channels effectively, giving you a true sense of 3D audio, at least as true as you can get without any additional rear speakers, and the built-in subs are more powerful than you might be thinking. They match up with the rest of the audio extremely well and don't leave you feeling like you need a whole lot more bass. It really is as encompassing an experience as you can get from a 3.1.2 channel soundbar. And as a bonus, you get some handy smart features. It's compatible with Apple's AirPlay 2, Alexa, Spotify Connect, and although it doesn't come with its own remote, it is compatible with the B&W Music app for control. When you compare the Panorama 3 to other similar products like the Bose Soundbar 900 or the Sonos Arc on paper, it may not look like you're getting as much, and yes, you do maybe pay a little tiny bit of a premium for the B&W name, but sound quality wise, you are absolutely getting your money's worth with this one. If you have any questions on the Panorama 3, be sure to contact our experts at the link below. We're always happy to help. Thanks as always for watching, and we'll see you in the next one.